Blue whale. The blue whale is the largest animal known to have ever existed. Even from birth, it's massive. A calf enters the world at up to 3 tons and 25 feet long, already ranking among the planet's biggest creatures. Then it grows even faster, living entirely on its mother's milk and gaining roughly 200 pounds a day during its first year. And it doesn't stop there. An adult blue whale can grow to 100 feet long and weigh upwards of 200 tons. To put that in perspective, their tongues alone can weigh as much as an elephant, and their hearts can be as big as an automobile. But all that size comes with an enormous appetite. The blue whale is one of the hungriest animals on Earth, feeding almost entirely on tiny shrimp-like creatures called krill. Using a technique called lunge feeding, they charge into massive swarms of krill with mouths wide open, then filter out the water through their baleen plates and swallow the remaining krill. A single adult blue whale can eat about 40 million krills a day. Sperm whale. Sperm whales get their name from the waxy substance, spermaceti, found in their heads. They're the largest of all toothed whales. Males can reach 60 feet, while females are smaller at about 37 feet. What makes them so recognizable is their enormous block-shaped head, which accounts for about 1/3 of their total body length. But that huge head isn't just for show. It's packed with the spermaceti organ, which lets sperm whales adjust buoyancy and fire intense echolocation clicks through the deep. This is what makes them champion deep divers. To hunt their favorite meal, sperm whales plunge as deep as 3,000 feet in search of giant squid. And once they catch it, their body is built to handle it. The sperm whale has the longest digestive tract of any animal, over 300 meters in some adults. That's about 3 football fields long. Like ruminants, they have a multi-chambered stomach. The first chamber produces no gastric juices. Instead, its thick, muscular walls crush food and protect the whale from sharp squid claws and suckers. Digestion actually begins in the larger second chamber. Sperm whales eat around 3% of their body weight per day. Humpback whale. The humpback whale gets its name from the distinctive hump on its back. They're also famous for dramatic surface behaviors like breaching and fin slapping, which makes them a favorite of whale watchers. Scientists aren't sure exactly why they do it, but one theory is that it's a form of communication. Beyond putting on a show, humpbacks are clever hunters too. Humpbacks typically hunt their prey with bubble nets. A group swims in a shrinking circle, blowing a ring of bubbles from their blowholes to trap a school of krill or fish. After creating the net, the whales charge up through the center with their mouths agape, swallowing the concentrated prey in one gulp. And they don't just stay in one place to do it. Humpback whales live in all oceans around the world. But what really sets them apart is their migration, one of the longest of any mammal on the planet. Some populations swim 5,000 miles between their breeding and feeding areas. Beluga. Also called white whales, belugas are easily recognized by their unusual color and protruding foreheads, making them one of the most familiar and distinctive whales. But they're famous for more than just how they look. The beluga is also one of the most vocal of all whales and dolphins. It uses a diverse language of clicks, whistles, and clangs, earning it the nickname Canary of the Sea. Belugas can even mimic a variety of other sounds, including the human voice. This constant chatter is key to their social life. Belugas generally live together in small groups of about 10 animals on average, known as pods. However, during the summer, they can gather in the hundreds or even thousands in estuaries and shallow coastal areas. They are found throughout the Arctic and subarctic waters. To handle the cold, they're covered with a thick layer of blubber that can make up to 40% of their body weight. This fat not only stores energy but also insulates them, helping them survive in freezing Arctic and subarctic environments. Bowhead whale. Also known as the polar whale because it lives almost exclusively in Arctic and subarctic waters, the bowhead is the most ice-adapted of all large whales. It survives the extreme cold with up to 1.6 feet of insulating blubber and uses its massive triangular skull like a battering ram to smash through ice as thick as 60 centimeters. And that skull isn't just strong, it's huge. The bowhead has the largest head relative to body size of any whale. over 1/3 of its total length, plus the largest mouth of any animal on Earth. Remarkably, they're also among the longest-lived animals on Earth, with scientists estimating they can live over 200 years. Gray whale. Gray whales are the only baleen whales that feed mainly on the ocean floor. They get their food by scraping the side of their head along the ocean floor and scooping up sediment. They then filter the water and silt through their baleen, trapping food behind it. This method of feeding makes gray whales one of the most coastal-dependent baleen whales. They rarely venture more than 20 to 30 kilometers offshore. To follow the food, they undertake one of the longest migrations of any mammal. In summer, they feed in the Arctic. Then each October, as food grows scarce and the water turns cold, they travel more than 5,000 miles over 2 to 3 months to Baja California, Mexico, where they enter warm, shallow lagoons to mate and give birth. Killer whale. With their striking black and white coloring, orcas are one of the most recognizable mammals on the planet. They are also the largest members of the dolphin family and sit at the top of the food chain. They hunt in family pods of up to 40, which is why they've been called the wolves of the sea. They are especially notorious for hunting gray whale calves. Every spring, pods gather in Monterey Bay to ambush whales migrating north. Targeting mothers with newborn calves, 3 to 4 orcas work together to ram the calf from below and separate it from its mother. While she fights to defend it, the pod holds the calf underwater until it drowns. Roughly 1/3 of all gray whale calves born each year are killed this way. In addition to being apex predators, orcas are among the most widely distributed mammals, inhabiting all oceans from the tropics to polar regions. Narwhal whale. The narwhal is known as the unicorn of the sea because of its long, spiraled tusk. That tusk is actually a canine tooth that projects from the left side of the upper jaw. While scientists think its main purpose is to attract females, they've also discovered it works as a sensory organ. In addition to that, narwhals are deep divers. They feed near the ocean floor at depths of nearly 4,000 feet, hunting flatfish, polar cod, shrimp, squid, and crab by creating a vacuum with their mouths to pull prey in.